Imagine. It's already what? It's already Wednesday. We're already in the middle of the week. And at 11 minutes after 6 on this 20th day... What? It was just the 14th. It's the 20th of May, and we're already getting into it proper. There are 11 days left in the month of May, and before you know it, you're into June, and then there's winter here, and then, Merry Christmas, in case you were wondering, and then Happy 2027. That's how fast it's going. We just said Happy New Year a few clicks ago, and here we are already getting into the very last part of the second quarter May of the year 2026. And we're doing it anyway because time waits for no man, and we get moving. Sindo, walking with your coffee cup. Good morning, Dennis Aseta. Me, Nkopo.
Check it.
I was just moving along.
Yeah.
Wewe uko salama?
Nashukuru.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nikutumia message jana.
Nikarespond. Okay. Bado nangoja response yako.
Okay, sawa. Inakuja. It's in the mail.
You wanted to out me? Surprise.
Bado hauja nini funga tai?
Imagine.
Acha tuulize Evelyn nakuja kusaidie.
Nani Evelyn? Evelyn, kuja nisaidie kufunga tai.
Kwa tunaomba usaidizi hapa, hatujamaliza kuvaa.
Yeah, let me just do it.
Okay, so
you're well?
I'm okay. I'm good. Sasa umeshafanya half the work. I need to learn how to tie a tie from the very beginning.
Okay.
My dad tried to teach me. That flopped. Because I knew at some point in my life in the future I would need it. I don't know when that is, but okay.
It's not a difficult thing, actually.
Loop over the pass through and then carry over.
It actually depends with what knot you want to tie. So do you want to go French? Do you want to go English?
The tie, bwana. The tie is even speaking languages.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Do you want it with the dimple?
The tie with the dimple?
Yeah.
Umesikia hizi vitu? Well, we think it's just a tie being tied. Kumbe it has a dimple and it has
do you want it
stretch
straight?
Marks.
Do you want it straight? You said stretch marks.
How to decide, bwana?
Yeah, no, that's a completely okay.
Okay, very good, very nice.
See.
Gotta love a man in a suit.
Yeah.
Yes, sawa, uko sawa. Confusion.
Salama Salmini, yes.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Good to see you, Karibu san.
That's complete now.
I was just telling people it's the 20th of May.
Yeah.
And with the year is already over. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday.
By the way. Yeah, because we're done with Easter.
Yeah,
we're done with
Asia.
the 4th. We're almost 4th of July.
Yeah.
But then once you get to 4th of July, that's it.
It's over.
That's it, yeah.
I'm telling you, before you know, Happy New Year 2027. Even nalienda hospitali yesterday. Because alikuwa doge hivi kidogo. And then alikuwa na hoba.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's okay. Then today, Jolene is even singing a song. So, better days ahead,
Better days, eh?
Indeed, 6:15. This is the Situation Room. It's Wednesday, hump day, getting into the rest of the week. And we're going to talk about a number of things today. Sawa. Now that we've established that everybody's okay, we know that our live streams are up on YouTube, Facebook, and on X. And our audience on KTN, a very good morning to you. With all due respect, the strike is over, at least for 7 days. The jury is still out on whether 7 days from yesterday we'll have a situation where folks are comfortable and then they go back to the streets. I don't know. There's a lot of conjecture flying in and out of the window in terms of what exactly happened to get that deal. And that, is it going to be better for Kenyans? And now with that deal, does that mean that there's no longer any pain at the pump? So let's see how the days come by. Now, even while those things were happening, it was very clear that there are very many continued undertones of what's happening in the country and the dissatisfaction that people feel, or that if people feel that they're happy about a particular thing, or there's a particular political narrative that they're trying to push, all of that came out. And whatever part of the country it is that you are coming from, people then did make their voices known. Boniface Mwangi is going to join us at 7 o'clock for a conversation around about this. That can activism still push through particular issues that, the country faces? We know that he is a presidential aspirant, but at the same time has always been in the game when it concerns the voice of the people and how that will be heard. So he joins us this morning at 7 o'clock. We'll be talking about public transport, the shutdown, and the human cost. 4 people were killed.
Yep.
One of them, interestingly enough, was run over by a police vehicle on the Nairobi-Nakuru highway. Run over.
It would not be the first time because it has happened before.
Yeah.
Police running citizens, presidents, entourage doing that, Duale's entourage doing the same. We never see justice delivered. But sad that we keep on seeing these things happening every other day.
Unfortunately.
We never learn, no?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it happened. We're going to talk about the cost of that with Boniface. The Root Party leader is one Professor George Wajakoya. He will join us at 8 o'clock. We're going to be looking at transit talks. Is Kenya ready for a real public transport system? Of course, we're going to look a little bit political with him, but we've talked about it for the last couple of days. It's become crazily apparent. Well, I mean, it was obvious to a lot of people. Kenya doesn't have a public system.
No, we have
public transport system.
A private system offering public services.
Yes, public service. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you have individuals who will buy a bus, be part of a SACCO, and then form routes whereby they will offer transport services to the public.
Yeah.
It is not a public system set up by the government. Is Kenya Bus?
Kenya Bus used to, because I'm meant to understand, correct me if I'm wrong, we used to have Nyayo Bus. Nyayo Bus back in the days, which then I think morphed up to be Kenya Bus. And then I think Kenya Bus was taken over by, I think, a SACCO. I think Kenya Bus is a SACCO.
It's now a SACCO. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's the conversation in terms of what we'll be talking about today, because there is a bill, there is a proposal for that actually to be enacted. So
we're late.
Abio.
We're late.
Because when we talk about public systems, whether you look at Dubai, London, Paris, the metro, the train, Singapore
Italy, where the president was, Azerbaijan, where he just like he is, the
metro, transport. Whether it's underground or it's
tram.
It's the tram over the road, whichever, that is run and operated by government, and that you're able to pay minimal fees to then be able to have transport all the time. That you don't have to use your vehicle to get into the city. And if you don't have a vehicle, it doesn't matter either way because it works. We'll be talking about that with Wajakoya at 8 o'clock. And then our last conversation for this morning is with Eric Omondi. Eric Omondi is a community mobilizer and defender. We know this. Activism for change, representing the Mwananchi's voice. That the Mwananchi's voice still is coming through this. He'll join us at 9 o'clock for us to look into really where are we with that. We saw him we've not seen him, at least in the room since he did the walk to Mombasa to raise some money. But then also in this continues to have his voice out saying, come on, we can't do this. He also spoke about the high fuel prices. So he's coming from the voice of the people, whereby it's not about you in a boardroom with transport industry stakeholders. It's the people who still probably have to fork out a couple of extra shillings to get from point A to point B.
Let me tell you, whatever happened yesterday, I think that's the most nonsensical move that ever happened. There is no way you're telling me that you're lowering price of diesel by 10 shillings, but in the same statement add 38 shillings to kerosene for those who would be seen to be vulnerable, because you've added 38 shillings to what it is they're consuming every day. They're still going back to use the matatus with increased fares. So what exactly have you done? Who have you assisted in this equation?
That's the question. And I'd be interested to know today. Because you and I and a lot of people in the studio at this hour come in really early. So, there's a different arrangement for us to come in. But I'm interested to know this morning, as people are getting, because then we know a few matatus were on the road yesterday, a few more buses were on the road yesterday after the strike was called, but called off. And then some people got, but I'm interested to know whether people are having to still pay the high fares to get where they're going. So maybe you can let us know what is going on if you've used a matatu or you've used a bus or, public service vehicle. And if the fares are actually higher. Let's talk about that at some point today. We'll probably have an opportunity to do that when we talk with Eric. Okay, so that's what it looks like this morning. Karibu Sana, thank you for joining us. And we can see that you're coming into the room. Well, Sam, I remember I told you how my tooth was removed.
Yes.
So I think I forgot that the area is still tender. I was brushing my teeth and the toothbrush, boss, I cried like a baby.
Ole.
But so if I'm talking like a grandma today, it's because I'm trying to, whatever.
If I manage to go to one of my places where I buy toothbrush, they have like really tender brush with very beautiful bristles. I think.
Yeah?
I think I'll get you one.
I think it's necessary.
Kesho asubuhi.
It's necessary.
Akinikumbushe, but I'll pass by that.
Nitakukumbusha leo.
Yes.
Asubuhi sasa utakuwa wapi?
Asinisema nikumbushe leo so that
bas. All right. Got it.
Yeah.
Sawa? All right. Gabon.
Yes. I think we'll just go straight.
Okay.
No matter how long the log stays in water, it never becomes a crocodile.
Sindio? No matter what you do, if it's not, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It can scare you. It can give you nightmares. It can make you think that it's something. Yeah. But if it is not, it is not. Boss, it can apply to everything. Take it for what it is, my friend.
Yep.
Take it for what it is. In life, in whatever it is that you do, take it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And especially once you realize that you can will something to be, you can dream something to be, but if you don't get up and do it, that thing is not going to magically form into something else.
Yeah.
Even if it gives you the impression that it is, it is not. It's not.
You can never hide someone's or something's true nature. Mafuta imepanda imepa. Upunguze shilingi 10, uongeze shilingi 38, bado umepandi? Bas. Alafu hapo unasema sha?
Oh, sorry.
Rap.
Oh. Tumeanza mapema.
Because what was that? Ndu,
yes.
Show me in that entire fuel conversation, where is the decrease of fuel?
Tick tock, tick.
There is none.
There's none. Even if it looks like a crocodile, excuse me, it's not.
It's not.
Even if it looks like a reduction or that looks like some kind of reprieve.
But it's an increase.
It's not a crocodile.
No.
Crocodilo. It's not. Sour. So it doesn't matter however you try to slice it. It's not. But that's why I was asking the question that this morning, out of the miracles that have been done in a boardroom yesterday, are we going to see that folks are getting where they're going with lower prices? Comb me. I heard that the other day and I was like, so jazzed. Okay. So we're greeting you guys this morning. Thank you for tuning in. Kiaria Peters tuning from Mombasa. The good you put into the world has a way of finding its way back to you when you least expect it. Sindo? Okay. Rogers Nyange is tuning in this morning from Birikani in Voi. And Robert Mbogo is tuning from Mombasa this morning. And a very good morning to you. John Murethi says, good morning. Now you're talking to each other. Okay. Okay, maybe you need to have that conversation on your own, but I think it's good words coming in from Peter this morning. But John Moravia, good morning anyway. Good morning, Spice fam. Locked and tuned in. Young Jedi is tuned in this morning. Karibu Sana, and thank you for joining us in the room. Joseph Okondo says, good morning, Spice team. Tuned in from Tudor in Mombasa. Kimi Yak says, at least we have something to smile about because we are champions of English football. Well, congratulations, Arsenal. I never thought I'd say the words, but yeah, congratulations, Arsenal, because we know that City Boys lost last night. But still, here in Kenya, nothing good will come out of the Kenya Cons administration. Kimi Yak, okay. Good morning, man. Well, congratulations to the
Us.
To you guys. Well done. Well done.
You must know.
Of course. Well, all right. I don't think anybody's going to hear the last of it, that's for sure. Dr. Fico says, good morning from Mumias. The weatherman is promising El Nino rains in June. As usual, our leadership awaits last-minute uncoordinated responses to disasters. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The little boy is going to be here. The little Spanish boy will be here in June. It's also going to be the same month where the temperatures are going to drop significantly. It'll be cold, it'll be wet, it'll be rainy. Are you ready? It'll be flooding. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? Again, we saw the governor appear again after picking up 2 pieces of garbage. We saw him yesterday. Yeah. It's like the Loch Ness Monster. You're not quite sure if they're there, but they're there.
I work.
Oh, wow. Hey, shocking. Jamil says, good morning, Spice. A lot that's happening in the country is very disappointing, and I don't see a reason why they don't halt the taxes on fuel. Sindel?
Yeah.
Even as we're asking, even temporarily, to get things moving. This is a good point. Wanda, good morning. Ndwana Seto tuning from Toronto. Allow me to congratulate Aseto, myself, and all the Gunners on Arsenal's historic Premier League Championship win. God is good. Cindy, what is it, 70 plus years? Well done, guys. I mean, how many? Something like that. Well done. I have to say, where it's due, congratulations. Boba Coco says, good morning, Team Spice, Ndu and Dennis, listening all the way from Kendube, with all due respect. Well done.
Kendube dalawa kanya soro dalawa. Ay Kendube yawa topo.
That has taken you back.
Man.
We're not going to ask the details, but all right. Tibbs Muge says, good morning, Spice team. Eric Awar says, good morning, guys. Baba Three Girls, with all due respect, good morning, Ndrandeno. Well, good morning to you. Nahashan Gugi says, good morning, Princess Ndu Dennis. Good morning. Hope the PSVs won't increase the prices since they agreed to continue talking to resolve these gas prices. Love from Arizona. Yeah, and that's my question this morning, because you could get into a public service vehicle this morning and they tell you, what happy?
Guys, let's just be honest. Diesel was increased by 46
shillings.
It was reduced by 10 shillings.
Yes.
It's still an increase.
232 shillings.
They added fuel for diesel for 38 shillings, guys. That's where we are. There's no reduction. Let's face it.
And I honestly don't see PSVs reducing the cost of fare, the fare cost. So that's what I'm saying this morning. Unless a miracle has happened, it's likely that those numbers are going to still be high. But let's hear from you this morning, Tafadhali. Mark Mwangi says, good morning. With all due respect, Arsenal, merci beaucoup. Good morning from Kigali, says Michael Olande. Glad that you're here and I hope you're doing well. Smart Homes has just said Arsenal. Tunafakwelewe yoni salamu. All right. Tuned in from Moi International Airport, Dr. Venvik. Good morning. Where are you going? Jennifer Ateni, good morning. Ndu Aseto on Spice team. He Meenda. And what is the role of Murkomen in this fuel thing? I was also wondering. I thought that he seems to have been, was he the spokesman for the negotiation? Was he in the negotiation? Last I checked, and that was on Monday.
Yeah.
He was the CS Internal National Security.
Yeah.
Internal Security and National Administration. Abiao.
I was actually hoping, after saying that the protests were being pushed by the opposition, he would have told us, based off investigations, that A, B, C, D were the ones who were pushing this agenda. The police who killed individuals have been interdicted and will have their day in court.
Yeah.
See?
I thought that's what he was coming to tell us about, the security angle of all of this. Meanwhile, those 14 people that they said were on the run outside the country, have they found them? I'm just asking. That was something that you told us a little bit a while ago and said that, they were on the run. They've left the country. The people who attacked Senator Osotsiyama. Yeah. You've not found them? That's an internal security issue, Ama. I'm just asking. I'm just what? I'm just asking.
Experts.
So Jennifer, your question has raised other questions because we were also wondering the same thing. But whomst are we? Mark Mwangi says the notion that the citizenry doesn't give a hoot about police welfare was nullified yesterday. I hope they can earn the respect according to the defense forces. Let me tell you, Kenyans, you guys make me happy. Kenyans went and said, excuse me, release this man.
Yeah.
What is it?
What did he do?
What did he do? Because he said that people who have been brought here as there's no threshold to hold them and release them on his own recognizance, let them go, and then you now say even you now will arrest you because you don't play ball.
Yeah,
come on. Kenyan said, just so that you understand, it's not police that we have an issue with, it's impunity. So we're also saying, excuse me, let the man go. With all due respect, because this is nonsense.
Yeah.
Yep. I hope police actually understand that as well.
That's why you say, clock it.
Bas.
Yeah.
I hope they get it, that Kenyans actually are there fighting for Kenyans. And you are Kenyans as well. So here is another situation. It's all playing out, but Kenyans, done. Well done. Dr. Fico says, good morning from Mumias. Yes, we see you, sir. Also saying a good morning from Mashari and Jeru, tuned in. Ndu and Dennis, majority of Kenyan political class, I say this, Allah. You're watching from Portland in Oregon. Okay. Sadistic moves, you've seen them left and right. Understood. A very good morning to you, Linda Gola. How are you? Bonjour. Kenya Bus came before Nyayo Bus. Okay. Kenya Bus was such an efficient service back then. I hear that it would be on the money on the minute. If your bus was for 12:10, the bus was there at 12:10. And if it was dropping you a particular route and said you were going to be there in 20 minutes, you were there in 20 minutes. That's what we're talking about. But anyway, let's look into that conversation with Wachakoya at 8. Wanda says something to hold on to. When you hit rock bottom, the only way is up, meaning better days are on the way. Absolutely. Let me tell you, rock bottom has no basement. Can't go lower. Okay, so the only way is up. Benjamin echoing those words, saying there was Kenya Bus first, Nyayo Bus came later. Okay. Sarah Abat says, good morning. Uswa. Uswa. Something. Yo, what does that mean? Okay.
Uswa.
Oh. Okay. David Mangera says, good morning, Team Spice. Situation room. Menda. Standing Gashes says, good morning. Arsenal fans are on holiday and the school unrest season is seemingly here. Yeah, there seems to be still a lot of rumbling in schools at the moment in terms of, it's mock season and the exams are coming up, but it doesn't look pretty at the moment. So that needs to be nipped in the bud. But I think this one is already flowering. I think the bud passed a minute ago. It needs to be paid some attention to. That's for sure. My Prince says public transport is too important to be left to be private. By now, the government ought to have realized this. Good morning. Exactly what Dennis is saying. Isakali says, good morning. Excuse me. Ntwana said, what was in your coffee today? Shh. What happens in the coffee stays in the coffee.
Sugarless.
What happens in the coffee stays in the what?
In the coffee.
In the coffee. Good morning, Isa. And Geko, he says, good morning, tuned in from Naru Moro. Hey, good morning to you. Henry Kerongo says, good morning from Embu. And Okello says, the government has shifted our focus from the finance bill. Kabisa, everything else was happening with the finance bill is there. What is the genesis of our goons problem? It's not the same police that are working alongside the goons in Nairobi. This is Matthew, a question that he's asking. The last 4 days, every day I've heard a goon situation. From Saturday to Sunday. Saturday when Karinyamo was supposed to be somewhere here. Charimoyo doing something, goons were attacking people. Then Monday, goons again. People could not get home even with the chaos because goons are just sitting like hyenas waiting to attack. There's a problem here. And to think that folks are sponsoring them is
moving around with them.
Very sad. Very sad. John is saying Leo aseto atatusumbua sana.
Why?
Juu ya Arsenal.
No, you see, this is what happens, right? We are humble even in our wins.
Oh, that statement right there is the least humble of anything ever. Stop it. What?
Because what are you going to do? We're winners.
You see? Humble. Bwangi, good morning. We see you. How are you all this morning? So all Kenyans, poleni for the drama the government and Matatu owners passed us through. Property, life and injuries. Citizens lost indeed. Pole sana. Mtuflani says, good morning to our princess, Sir Shut Up and the squad. Nairobi ni chafu. What is Sakaja smoking in that hole he hides in? Woo-wee. But you saw him picking up garbage the other day. Haijatosha? Jazarni says, good morning, wonderful day back to work. Aki, the holiday was too short. Anyway, paid the normal fare as usual along Thika Road. I hope they keep it up. Okay. All right, that's great. Hey, Calvin Mirindo says, good morning, Ndu, my love. Hey, even Damali Udo Tumefika. All right, good morning to you. Karibu sana, Calvins, and welcome into the room this morning. Vintage Oak says, Murkomen's outbursts are juvenile and parochial. Woo, two big adjectives in one sentence. Okay, we see you.
Apoko
parochial. Baba Girl said, what the government did to the price of fuel is similar to the affordable housing saga. Who's fooling who? Deduct money for building, start building on public land. Sell the houses to anybody who will buy. Sultan Hamoud is where Simon Kibiru is tuning from this morning and says, have a nice one. Rose Grace, good morning, my sister. Greeting Indra and Seto. And a very good morning to everybody. Karibuni sana. Thank you for joining us in the room today. We take a minute to do that. And as we get into the room, and anybody who comes in later, thank you for joining. Let's have these conversations today and talk about the things that matter, that will move the needle in one way or another. Sawa sawa. A walking nation at 21 minutes to 7 o'clock is what is on the front page of Kenya's bold newspaper, The Standard, as the president keeps flying. Nothing stands in the way of the President William Ruto's taste for the finer things in life. Not citizens forced to trek for kilometers as they try to eke out a living, and not even relatives mourning loved ones shot by police during the 2-day Matatu protests. As he flies in private jets and cruises in the latest Mercedes-Benz, Governor Johnson Sakaja has been designated as a trustee to talks with transport sector players on the fuel price negotiations, while the cabinet secretaries lurch from one blunder to another, and Deputy President Kithure Kindiki appears adrift amid unfolding developments. Where? This is covered today on page 2, or rather on page 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10. I mean, the pictures are there. The walking nation. People walked where they needed to go while the transport services were down, of course, because of the high cost of fuel. And the president, 3.2 million shillings an hour. Try to fathom that. Is the estimated taxpayer cost of the private jet. And this is according to globalcharter.com. Mm-hmm. So it's not innuendo, or it's you can download this information. It's public knowledge. And these guys, the way their system works is that when they fly, it's on the radar. Yeah. They will say that this is the person that they carried and this is how they went about it. So it's public knowledge. It's not hidden. And we'll talk about something else that was hidden that the high courts have now said you have to make public. So this is the thing, and it doesn't paint a very good picture. I'm not sure how deep this story is, but from the optics.
So the president has been in Azerbaijan so far, let's just use 2 days, that is 76.8 mil. Wow.
Yeah. Ama is ile wacha ni pande nitakulipa baadaye. Is that kind of ama?
Abana mimi sitaki kulipa deni. Alipe tu.
Mimi nauliza tu.
Does this but why?
Just asking. I don't I can't even get upset over it. I can't be upset because I don't have the bandwidth right now. There's a lot of things that need attention, but it doesn't paint a good picture at all.
No, it doesn't.
And that somebody then can just take those two pictures and put them side by side. And then even if you're being negative or positive or whatever, emotional, as the FCPA John Mbadi said, whatever the case may be, the optics don't look good in this case. No. And we know that all of this is about optics, number one. So if people have to walk to where they're going to then be able to get money to feed their children that day, and what you're basically showing is that, well, a little bit busy at the moment, and you guys can keep walking. I'm going to be flying, and even that flying, I'm not going to use the most affordable
means.
I'll use the expensive one. While that's happening, page 2 talks about fear of more TB cases from drinking dens after 2 deaths. Sasa, okay. More family members could be infected as county government drags its feet. Screening is expected to pick up after Matatu strike was called off. Screening and testing of tuberculosis among Changa consumers and other locals in Shipalo village, Kakamega, was delayed amid fears that more people could already be infected. What is happening in these dens, first of all? Munakunywa nini na munakunywa aje? What did you share that? What? It's not sanitary. How? It's
because TB can also just be spread by being in close vicinity to people who, right?
It's past,
and then
it's error like that word they use.
Yeah, so couple that together with the fact that maybe as well people are sharing tumblers.
Ew, stop it. Just don't even stop it. Ugh. Don't drink changa, first of all. But I know it sounds like such a bougie elitist thing to say. But honestly speaking, if you must drink the thing, I mean, here we are and the situation in there doesn't look good. It's a highly contagious disease, TB. And the treatment for TB is 3 to 6 months. It's not 7 days of an antibiotic, guys. It's 3 to 6 months. And after that, you're not even assured that you'll be fine. It's this persistent, consistent cough.
And it's painful.
And it's highly contagious. So the likelihood of anybody else who was in that place, who then went home and spread it to their family members,
who went to school, and
scary.
Because I've just seen here in Changadens, men share cups and bottles.
Do you see now?
Yep.
The Bureau of Statistics, finally, is to conduct its first census on TVET institutions and to tell us exactly what's going on in terms of the numbers. The question on page 3, did they have to die? Kin of fuel protest victims demand justice. And of course, there's Kennedy Kaunda, who is with all due respect man, who, without all due respect, was smiling yesterday. Excuse me. And quite interestingly so. Ruto's jet-set lifestyle sparks fury as hustlers suffer on the ground, literally suffer on the ground, walking to where they need to go. And hustlers pay heavy price for transport chaos. The hustlers that were darlings of the election in 2022 are now the ones that you need to read the secret lives of Babasegi's wives. Because when you have used one wife, you throw her to the corner when you find a fine wife who is younger and more supple and her breasts are standing high. Yeah. Now the hustlers who people were told that you're going to ride on the election, oh yeah, where are they today? Innocent lives lost as police bullets, chaos, mar, fuel price hike, protests. PSV's strike disrupts healthcare. Patients walk to hospital. Is this not what we said on Monday?
Yep.
They walk to hospital. Let that stay emblazoned in our minds as patient walks to hospital. Behind the scenes, betrayal and how strike was suspended. We'll share that story with you because suddenly now everybody's smiling. Where on Monday night they were frowning. Okay. And of course, you can look into the opinion pages in the Standard today, get a copy of the Standard today, or subscribe to the Standard e-paper and have the news in the pocket wherever you go. All right, sir, over to you.
As to the Daily Nation, how state can lower fuel prices. So that is just a breakdown on what the state can do to see the fuel prices go down. Now, heavy taxation has worsened matters at a time global prices have skyrocketed due to US-Israel war on Iran. Now, experts, the fuel crisis exposes CSs, and this says Ministers John Badi and Opion Dai joined the government as experts to support a regime under threat from agency pricing in 2024. But the fuel crisis and this week's transport strike have exposed their vulnerabilities. So one asks the question, expert in what? Now, there is, in court orders a destruction of drugs vessel, now Iranian vessel, and methamphetamine valued at 8.2 billion shillings will be destroyed over fears of security breaches, corruption, theft, and possible infiltration by cartels.
God
love this country. So, and then we have Ebola deaths in DRC hits 131 as virus spreads. Kenya is on high alert after a case was reported in Uganda. So, border patrol units as well, just ensuring that Kenya is safe. And Kenya draws South Africa in 2027 AFCON qualifiers. Harambee Stars coach Benny McCarthy will reunite with his home nation South Africa, but stand on the opposite side in the 2027 AFCON qualifiers. So we wait for that duel, which will be taking place in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya as well, taking on South Africa with Ben McCarthy going against his home team. Now, a woman who quit business for family wins half of excess assets.
Woman who did what?
Who quit business for family wins half of excess asset.
Yep.
So, I left work to take care of the family. So we're working our separate ways. Half of it. Yeah. Now, court orders destruction of vessel that we've just gone through as well. So that is on pages 3 and 4. Have gone deeper on those two stories as well. And we have states limited option as it seeks to lower fuel prices within 7 days. Now, the government appears reluctant to further cut taxes on fuel, even as subsidy kitty runs low on funds. So your story as Kusaba looks as if it's just New story. Yeah. So we have the exposed, how the ministers have been exposed, the experts. Now, businesses count losses after strike. That seems to be a Kenyan phenomenon. Whenever we have protests in the country, businesses close. We have those who take advantage of the same and go about looting businesses. And I think as Kenyans as well, inabidi tujite mkutano with regard to our protest and how to deal with goons or those who take advantage of these. Now, heavy toll of strike on businesses and daily life. We see children here walking to school, buses packed, drivers sleeping, security apparatus as well, just ensuring security is provided there. And experts discuss tax policy at symposia. So yeah, experts discuss tax policy at a symposium. This was in a certain hotel somewhere. Transporters call off strike to allow further talks that will happen in 7 days. That's what we have on the Daily Nation.
You know, I'm just again chuffed by the resilience of Kenyans. I think it was it Bungoma or Nakuru? I can't remember. But the bus terminus, they turned it into an athletics track.
Yeah.
And the matatu operators and touts now started racing 100 meters, 200 meters against themselves. And I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
Kenyans actually want you to do better. Kenyans actually just want you to do even the basic minimum, and they're happy. You know, so they will always find something to be hopeful about, but don't treat them like they don't matter.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I saw as well police officers yesterday arrested some, I think, matatu operators who were playing football in Nakuru.
Yeah.
I just wanted to understand what they'll be charged for.
I don't know. You're supposed to be protesting. Why are you playing football? Or what?
Oh, what exactly? You're playing football not in a football pitch, but in a matatu stage. Okay, fine. What exactly did I do? Who did I obstruct from going about their business?
I don't know. I don't. On the front page of the Star this morning, matatu operators call off boycott as state seeks way out. And of course, a picture tells 1,000 words here. There's fire on the right, and there's a handshake on the left, and there's walking people at the bottom. Now, this story is a lot bigger than we're actually saying. That there are people who went to court, and I believe one of them was Wajiro Gikonyo. And they said, you know what? This hiding of the SGR contracts should not be the case. We need to know what exactly Kenya got into. Dorcas Oduor, who is the Attorney General, had been saying, you know, our prayer is that we don't need to. The Court of Appeal said, excuse me, open the server. Open.
Expose it.
People need to know. And this is a public project. The record must be public. So the Court of Appeal has said, excuse me, I don't have time for this nonsense. Make it public.
President Ruto promised to give us this contract. Kipchumba Murkomen was transport
touting about that he had some document.
Yes. But if it was written in Chinese, we know Kenyans who've studied Mandarin.
They can translate
it.
Even if there's no one in Kenya that can translate. China, there's a flight, somebody can check the document. Do you understand?
ChatGPT can do a good thing. We will fix the errors somewhere.
Very good, thank you. Court of Appeal has pronounced itself here and said, stop the rubbish. Make it public and let's keep the thing moving. Stop it. This plight of people in the Middle East, guys, it's been going on for too long for not enough to be said about it.
Yeah.
That, I mean, it can't be that, oh, well, we have agencies, we don't have agencies, we have people, we have a system. No. That a mother is now telling the story of how her child has suffered while trying to work. Something has got to be done about this, because let me tell you something. It is not only Africans who go to work in the Gulf countries. That there are other countries who go to work there, but they have a register of their people and they know. The after African nations, the highest percentage of people who send people to work in the Gulf countries is the Philippines.
Yes.
Tell me why you don't hear this story every day about the Philippines. And I know it goes into ideologies like racism and things like that in the Gulf nations. However, what is it that countries like the Philippines have done to ensure that people who go to look for work as au pairs or house managers or things like that are not treated in the same way? What is it that Africans, we cannot do? You see, my brow is already starting to furrow. It's not even 7 o'clock.
Every parent or any family that sends their child to work in the Middle East is always on the edge.
Yeah.
This is usually the message. Please go be safe and let us know in case of anything.
And please make sure you come back home.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Imagine. That's how you send your child.
It's been happening for too long. Well, I mean, what is the problem? Honestly, and I know that what is wrong? Why is it almost like a death trap? And for those that it's not a death trap, you're walking on eggshells, living on the edge all the time because you're looking for a job that's paying you what? Come on. It's happening. It's been happening for too long. And it's to varying degrees, of course, but I mean, for too long.
Yeah. And I think it's even deeper because if you look at like the comparison just given, the Philippines who do the same job as compared to Kenyans who are there. You look at the load of work and even pay. The staggering difference is something to talk about as well.
Honestly,
so it's a conversation that the world needs to start having. Kenyan government needs to start having these difficult conversations. I mean, yeah.
Meanwhile, India is also turning to Kenya for Africa growth strategy. Nikama, Kenya is the place to be.
Okay.
Or at least, say, Kenya, how can we do it together? So that's happening. So Ruto tough options is what we're being told today. Reduce fuel taxes, slow developments. Okay, those are the two options.
Development has never been fast.
But I'm still a bit upset with FCPA John Buddy, who told us that if they want to remove taxes from RMLF, that means that we will no longer fix roads. But their roads are not being fixed.
They're not being fixed.
You want me to start talking about Enterprise Road?
Let's talk about it.
How many, as I guess, I remember, can't forget the guy who said, mimi nilizaliwa nikiendesha baba yangu akiendesha gari. I was sitting in the front seat. I have gone to school. I have graduated from university. Niko karibu kusay, will you marry me? And that road
has never been finished. So which slow development are you talking about? Because we're not seeing any. All I know is we took some money from that kitty and gave it to the French who are here taking Africa forward.
Yeah, but then you're going to pay them back their 7 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, people should just leave us alone. Sometimes you just get tired.
Yeah.
Kenyan passengers are faced to face enhanced Ebola security scrutiny at U.S. airports. Look, I say, I think that you should be screened. I think so. I think anybody should be screened.
Yeah.
Lawmaker sues state over floods along Tana. Farmers in Garissa may finally get relief after ODM-nominated MP Umulkhair Harun filed a lawsuit at the High Court in Garissa over constant floods that have swept away crops and devastated livelihoods. Now, people may ask, excuse me, floods don't come, rain does.
Yes.
Floods happen as a result of rain water contained in areas where there is no offlow. Sawa?
Yes.
All right. The MP has listed, guess who expert? Energy and Petroleum Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi, Energy Principal Secretary, the Kenya Electrification Generating Company, and the Water Resource Authority, and the Attorney General.
Yeah.
The lawmaker said, as a representative of the people, she took the step of going to court to defend and fight for the rights of people after floods from dams upstream caused untold suffering, including loss of life.
Yeah.
She says, and I quote in her court papers, year in, year out, farmers and entire communities have suffered immense losses of money, property, livestock, and livelihoods due to the constant release of excess water from the overflow of Masinga Dam. Okay. She claimed the responsible ministry often gives only 3 to 4 days notice for people to move to higher ground, which is impossible. Yeah, you can imagine, pack up your stuff and go in 3 to 4 days. Just doesn't sound like something that can be done. So she's saying, no, guys, we can do better. So how about we take you to court so you can do better?
I don't know how true this is. Engineers can confirm if it's possible. Because I was having a conversation with someone who said, if we know that Masinga Dam is full, right? Can we further downstream construct another dam
for
offloading, so that we go and fill that up so that the overflow is not as intense because we have controlled it?
You know what I think? I think oftentimes we say that it's the experts don't understand and I think that sometimes there is a solution in simplicity.
Yeah.
Some of these things are actually pretty simple, but we want to see to have a committee, a round table of experts, stakeholders, and commission of inquiry to then do, to go to whichever country we go to benchmark. Meanwhile, the thing is flooding there.
Yeah.
And I think that there are simple solutions to complicated problems that would actually sort out the thing. And you don't have to deal with miles and miles of legislation and I don't know what. Sort out the thing real quick. You can do it. Yeah. It's actually possible for it to be done. I think we wrap it up in too much bureaucracy sometimes.
Umulkhair Harun, please go to court.
Abi?
Your people deserve to live well. And if it's the government that is causing the pain, the government must pay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not focusing on it, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, we still look at the road to East Africa, AFCON 2027. We saw the groups have already been called.
Yeah.
Let me just read quickly for you the groups. Group A, Morocco, Gabon, Niger, Lesotho. Group B, Egypt, Angola, Malawi, South Sudan. Group C, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, the Gambia, Somalia. Group D, where Kenya is, South Africa, Guinea, Kenya and Eritrea. Group E, DR Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Sierra Leone. Group F, Burkina Faso, Benin, Mauritania, Central African Republic. Group G, Cameroon, Comoros, Namibia, Congo, Brazzaville. Group H, Tunisia, Uganda, Libya, Botswana. Group I, Algeria, Zambia, Togo, Burundi. Group J, Senegal, Mozambique, Sudan, Ethiopia. Group K, Mali, Cape Verde, Rwanda, Liberia. Group L, Nigeria, Madagascar, Tanzania, and Guinea-Bissau. AFCON 2027, that's what it looks like. Good morning.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.